disgusting. Oh my God, June. Oh.
Absolutely devastating.
He's actually in a really good spot for his teammate to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run-up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Oh, they gotta get on the point. They gotta get on the point. They're gonna run out of time. Can they contest? They are with 1.4 seconds. And Phil is gonna go down. We are gonna be seeing him now. No, out of the point, and Wave Runners by the skin of their teeth. They're gonna be able to hold on.
And he played from horse. Oh, holy! He's gonna get another one.
As Koi will quick scope heavy.
But it's gonna not necessarily translate to control of the bottom lane, as Legacy just being an absolute nuisance here with his team just getting such a back control here.
Team kill is gonna get hustled down to 2v2. They should have had the man up, and now Austin's gonna try to get one. He's gonna look for the double, can't quite get it. Zuxium, the last man alive, and now it's Zuxium trying to finish off the team. He's gonna stun him there, C1. One's gonna push out, it's gonna get taken out. Zuxium can finish it right here, 7 points left. Taking out another one more pushes out. He's gonna get taken out by a teammate, and that's gonna be Hype Esport taking map number 1.
I see it now, I see it now.
And we are live here with a little K7 League coming at you. Season 3 it is. I'm FBI Tugboat. I'm here with my man Kamaka, and we got Swear Society coming in against Valkyrie, two evenly placed teams here, Kyle.
Yes, indeed. As you can see beneath us, the scoreline between both teams is 1-2. That is both their records in the league. And as we'll see shortly, they're very, very close in map count as well. But first, before we do that, let's see the setting of where we will be taking place here. Tug, take us through the maps.
Yes, sir. The geographic location of where these two teams will be doing battle. Starting this out on Moscow for our hard point. Checkmate following that one up. A little double dose of raid. If we get to that map 4, then Moscow rounding us out on that map 5, search and destroy again if we get there.
Yeah, I'm really, really hyped for this hardpoint on Moscow. Not just because of the map changes, Tug, to make it a lot less, ratty and things like that, where you try and spawn from just really, really outlandish locations, like on the statue for P3, a perfect example right there. But also because we saw Valkyrie last week, take on first place Natural Talent here and give them a serious run for their money. It was the first hardpoint that I have ever, observed, because I was in the observer seat, that the game actually ended because they ran out of time. No team reached 250. It was, end result was 205 to 200 in the favor of NT. So Valkyrie, given our first place former champions, a serious run for their money on this map in hardpoint. I'm curious to see how they're going to do up against Swear Society on this.
I'm with it. Yeah, a 5-point difference, even if it didn't go down to 250, meaning it's only all closer right there. Speaking of these two teams, talk about who it is that's going to be involved. Swear Society up first, like you said, 1 and 2 at a map count of 4 and 8. Headed up by the man Carl here in captain's position, Vito, Island, and Nick Vulture rounding out this squad. Kamaka, if you would, for the good Valkyrie guys.
Of course. I'm very, very familiar with these Valkyrie people. I've actually coached them one time in the past in Modern Warfare. It is Prodigy, Diggs, Oblivion, and Scoop coming in for Valkyrie tonight.
Yes, sir. Sir, a very well-rounded squad as well. I don't think we can start this game without talking about some of the hardware that could be involved. I think that's a positive way to spin it.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, a couple of GAs coming through here as of 4.5 hours ago. Hot news, breaking news coming in from the wire or whatever, right? GAs include all muzzles, every single muzzle not going to be included on the AK-74U, that go-to SMG, as well as X on the XM4. No more M4s going to be seen on these maps whatsoever. Again, if players follow up with those GAs. The official stance of the K7 League is you should definitely do it. You should be a gentleman. You should follow those up. Nobody is going to get formally like executed and kicked out of the league for breaking a GA once or twice. You'll just get hounded on Twitter, I'm sure, by their players.
Yeah, we're not forcing you to be a good person. We just highly recommend it. But
There you go.
anyways,
There you go.
yeah, that is a very good thing to bring up there, Tug, because some people probably that aren't like religiously on Twitter probably don't even know it. I just found out as soon as I got off of work from a friend of mine, and ooh, man, I was a little bit caught off guard, but not a little bit surprised because they have been talking about it for a long time. Could totally come into play tonight, but we'll see if they decide to follow that or not because, again, of the recentness of this. Now, Tug, we are pretty much nice and ready to go. We've done the who, the what, the where, and now let's talk about the how. Let's talk about who is helping us bring this to you in the form of our partners.
Absolutely. Partners here, including GitGudHosts, providing those neutral servers that are conveniently located closer to these CDL servers, thereby resulting in a more even playing field for these two squads. I'm not the first to talk about how important similar pings is for your Call of Duty game set. Now, as well as Rogue Energy, there's a reason why you've heard this name before. You ever want to get that the nice little extra speedy from the caffeine action? There's not a better way to do it than Rogue Energy. DropShotStats as well, providing us with that crucial data to allow us as casters spin that different narrative for these teams and their performances. Shout out to DropShotStats. As well as Gamers Resort, helping make the world a better place every single day by working with gamers and their mental health and the issues they're in. Fantastic organization. Rounding out, last but not least by any means, Innovated Gear, the official apparel sponsor partner. Partner, that's the word that I said. The official apparel partner of the K7 League. We do appreciate all of our partners and how they make this possible every single day. Moscow up front, hardpoint first.
Yeah, we're finally getting into it now after a little bit of an extended wait. It is just making us ever so extra interested in seeing how this goes. We've set the stage. We know how good Valkyrie plays at this map, how well they played up against NT Natural Talent, the first place team last week in Swear Society, neck and neck with them on the leaderboard. By the way, only one map win separating these two teams. Yep. Tied on overall series count, but one map win into the hands of Valkyrie, separating them from Swear Society. It's 5-4 on map wins. So it's going to be a real necessity that both these teams do very, very well in here, Tug. If not get the total win, at least make it pretty dang close. We are now hopping in with Moscow hardpoint.
Yeah, two evenly spaced teams here, both are 1 and 2, but a bare difference. The smallest difference you can get on map count is going to tell me we're not only going to see 3 games. We'll have another game, of course, at 10 p.m. between 2 other competitors, but we might use this full hour and a half because I would not be surprised this goes the distance here. Once again, Moscow up front, Checkmate on the second, Raid and then Raid. They'll double dose there for maps 3 and then 4 again if we do get there. Running out as Moscow on map 5 again. I'm going to put my money on extra maps. I would be very surprised if we only see 3 of them, Kyle.
Yeah, I think that we're going to be going a little bit more towards the hour and a half time allotted for this because I did just see that one of the players lagged out, and we are going to be getting the lobby nice and reset with the map, just making sure that everybody can actually play here, Tug.
Because crucial.
That is a crucial part of the game, making sure that all 4 players from both teams are in and able to play, because otherwise that would make a serious difference, especially in a mode where you got those respawns. You can't just kill a guy off rip and then make sure he's out for the rest of the round, instant 3v3. No, it's 4v3 for the entire time. So we want to make sure that everybody is there the entire time.
4 is a bigger number than 3. Essentially, that's what we're saying at this point because, again, we're just kind of waiting for teams here. We talked a little bit about what these GAs might have kind of come from. Again, it's kind of theory crafting, trying to figure out the reasoning or the thinking that kind of resulted behind these. But do you want to speak on that a little bit before we actually get this map started?
About the GAs.
about the reasoning behind the GAs. I'll start with my opinion. I'll start with my opinion up front here. Essentially, the AK-74U was almost too good at distance. All the barrel modifications generally aiding in the vertical bounce, the vertical recoil from this firearm are really going to allow it to shoot at longer distances more accurately. You remove those, you relegate the AK-74U to a more SMG role. It's something that it should be in. Now you bring that back down, you force the close quarters combat more from your SMG players. Maybe we see another SMG kind of emerge as maybe not a victor, but at least a contender here for that role, thereby again pushing a multi-gun meta besides just the AR position and the SMG position. Excuse me. What that means is just a more like varied field and variety to spice of life. I'm all about that. 2-gun metas are stale.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it a lot in Modern Warfare that there were a lot more subs than there were, M4s. But anyways, I still think it's going to be pretty decent because even if they don't add another gun, because the sub, yeah, it was basically a laser beam from across the map, no matter what. We've seen it multiple times, not only in this league, but pretty much anywhere you look. AK-74U going to have that possibility of beaming people across the map with a little bit extra vertical recoil, going to be a lot less likely. XM4, people have been complaining about this gun for a long time, and it definitely does make a firm delineation between close range and long range weaponry. It's going to make both roles a lot more, I guess you could say, important. It makes the other guns more important as a result.
Exactly. XM4 also doing a whole lot of close and personal, kind of really mimicking some of these SMG roles. So that is now outdone, dusted. Not going to see it if players are adhering to these GAs, and probably going to see more so that Krig coming in for the longer range AR roles. Now that coming in with just simply less capability up close and personal, I think is again going to kind of form this division between roles, and maybe we kind of theory crafted the QBU or
QBZ?
we've talked the QBZ. Sorry, we talked about several different other firearms that like AR wise that might kind of come in here and like really kind of replicate that role or have more of like a closer range AR or farther range AR. Really, again, that's kind of just like pitching, throwing darts in the dark here.
Yeah, the QBZ, it's okay, but I don't know if it will really stick in the meta if a lot of teams do try it out. I've seen people singing its praises. I've also heard people saying this is the worst gun I've ever used in my entire life, Tug. So, yeah, it's very ambiguous if people are actually going to try it out. I personally think on this, that's going to be a 2-gun meta because QBZ, it's outdone at close range by the AK-74U easily, and at anything more than like a very small range, it is completely outdone by the Krig as well. So it's a very niche gun, and I don't know if people are going to really take the risk on getting it within its sweet spot. You know what I'm saying? I think that's why people were using the XM4 so much, is because you're thinking about the long-term effects, like just how good it's going to be in a bunch of different situations. You're not trying to focus on being good in just one potential situation. You're trying to play a role that is good in a bunch of different situations, no matter depending on how you play the game. AR's long distance is always going to be good at long distance. If you're a sub getting stuck in, it's always going to be good because you're always going to be close range. But the QBZ, what do you really do?
No, I hear you. Yeah, there's almost like too much difference and too little of a ground where it really hits its ideal right there. As it is, we're waiting on players, guys. We're going to go to a very short break and we'll be back with you here for the K7 League Season 3 Swear Society taking on against Valkyrie in just a little bit. Don't tune away.
Take your time, I'm standing straight. I'll just wait for my final cue. A battleship on call. How many more days do I have to wait for it to rain on my parade? It's hard to stay where I am now. Let them lions roar until the elephants align, till all the tamers resign. Let them bodies float among the candid sound of a million beaten drums. I'll just keep waiting till it comes. I'm counting the hours, I'm counting the times, my calculations, they ruin my peace of mind. Ran out of the patience of it when I was waiting. My legs got tired of standing still. And we are back here live. Swear Society on the left, Carl, Vito, Island, and Nick Vulture making up that squad. Valkyrie, Kyle's going to take you through.
We got Prodigy, Oblivion, Diggs, and Scoop as we went through before. They're trying to slide right on into the DMs of their opponents, but Vito does get the better of one. That was Scoop, but Prodigy is going to trade him out. Main man Carl is going to be on the statue, and he takes down 2 for literally for free. No one has even traded him out yet, so I can't even say it's for the price of 1. Nick Vulture! Oh my God, no way, bro. Early pop-offs for Swear Society, making all that hype that I gave Valkyrie in the beginning look less and less like the case here, Tug.
Absolutely, a little Krieg pop off already. You love to see it. Newer gun that's at least required, not necessarily newer all the way through. We're all actually running out of ammo a little bit closer to there, but Nick Vulture and co. still going to be close by. Vito's the actual one taking points on hardpoint right now. Never mind, getting on out of that one quickly. Valkyrie taking the last little 10 seconds or so. Rotations are all Swear Society does.
Yeah, they have managed to kill Swear Society, one of their players, very, very close to when the hills flipped, so it did cause him to spawn out. Didn't really hurt him too much. As you can see, this guy is very likely obeying the new GAs because it was very theorized that people would switch it for the GRU mags, which makes you reload faster, Tug. I see that on his gun, and he's probably following the new GAs. Anyways, Vito, mid-map with that new GA kosher gun. It does get a little bit fried, but Carl nice and ready. Oh, Carl, why did you kill that person, Carl? He's going to be absolutely frying them. Vito coming in again. Swear Society, they are looking on top of the world right now.
Yeah, AR play so far has dictated the pulse, the momentum, and everything in between of this matchup so far. 2 hard points in. Swear Society is staring down the barrel of 70 points if they get this last 10 or so. Not going to happen. They're going to rotate on through. Prodigy spawning a little bit farther out from the rest of the team, but might be able to provide a pretty crucial flank.
Dude, this is looking very grim for Valkyrie Esports, dude. I'm going to be totally honest. None of them have more than 3 kills. They are all negative, and Prodigy, I'm looking at him. He is 2 and 8, dude. That is pretty tough if you're looking at percentage of gunfights being won. Swear Society, main man Carl already on the streaks. Is going to be looking to get even more as he fries yet another one. Might be able to get more streaks going on here. Still not dying. Organic. He's on streaks now. This is looking like the miseries for Valkyrie are only compounding by the second. Swear Society, they are just absolutely frying right now. I absolutely cannot believe this, Tug. This is starting to get a little bit out of hand.
Oh my goodness. There are 14 total deaths for the side of Swear Society as of the beginning of the statement. That's as many as 2 of the Valkyrie players. This is going entirely kills as of right now. Perhaps these new J's really going in the way of these AR players. Yeah, it's really not that frequent that you see an AK-74U pop on the left side of the kill feed, I gotta say.
I mean, the Cray is definitely doing some work. You see, two of the Swear Society guys are, I think they're splitting 2 and 2 here, Tug, which I think is pretty smart, especially on a map with a variety of different sight lines like this. You definitely need at least 2 ARs come in here. Vito still frying Diggs. That is something that really, you think Diggs would win in a situation like that, but he didn't. Swear Society already passing 100 points. Organic sitting and chilling, waiting for more people to feed him kills. Get in my belly, he says, as he eats him alive. Just look at Swear Society right now, dude. They seem like they can do absolutely no wrong. 5 kills in a row for a second there from Organic before he goes down. 4 for Vito before he goes down. There's just not a whole lot of answering of the questions for Valkyrie here. They just don't have the answers.
Yeah, I mean, quadrupling up, tripling up, everybody on the side of Swear Society outside of Nick Vulture is something along the lines of that 1.5 for Vito as of right now. Carl mailing shots longer range outside, can't really settle on a target and doesn't take down one, unfortunately. It doesn't really matter though, Kyle. Valkyrie at 40, tripling up a Swear Society all over this next rotation of hardpoint. We're actually going to use this opportunity to go ahead and hop into a listen-in to the Swear Society squad that honestly right now is absolutely rolling.
We're spawning here, last one, so...
I'll pick up your half wall. I'll pick up your half wall.
Smoke load.
I got half one.
Eski's one shot and one left.
Prodigy, weak left hill.
Eski's backed off.
Back up. We're gonna shoot me.
Spawn back, guys. Spawn back. He's up
Eski's
here.
3 hill, 3 hill, 3 hill.
I'm gonna stay back. I'm gonna stay back.
Stay back. Babe, I can hear you.
I'm looking
I'm
office.
I'm picking up your street.
Okay, bro.
Oh, watch office.
Yep.
One street dead. One street weak. Prodigy's weak street.
Checker's dead.
We got it.
One more left side hill.
Looking for Prodigy street.
Pick up your mid. Watch your office. One's gonna hit through green.
Look green.
All right, bro. To be totally honest, I really like Comstug. They were calling out specific names. They were saying, look for him here. Make sure that you kill this guy so that they don't get confused if they kill somebody and it's not the guy that they were looking for. That is some great comms coming out from Swear Society. On the other hand, Valkyrie's doing some good stuff at getting some time in mid-map as well to get things pretty dang close again.
Yeah, when we went into that listen-in, more members out of Swear Society were double or triple than not. As it is, Carl doubling up right now. Island, that's Organic codename, is just inside that doubling up. Not gonna last there for long the way that Valkyrie is striking back as of right now. Back to SPs. I always say it on Moscow. If you're ever lost here in your map, Moscow, you're never gonna go broke by simply turning your attention towards escalators.
Yeah, dude, escalators is always a place where you can probably get some kills, either if you're on it or if there's another person around it. It's just
doesn't matter what game mode, honestly.
Yeah, it's an area that's very well traveled. Vito trying to hold it down, but one does slip through the cracks. Carl sitting and chilling in a good spot to get the pickup on him, and Swear Society looking good to get the hold here. Except Prodigy, he's apparently gotten streaks now. Wow, 13 and 14. I would not have thought, but he has gotten enough kills in a row, and now they go in for the break. Swear Society, despite having about an 80-point lead at one point, they are falling apart at the seams. We're switching to each and every one of them, but they're all dying. It's like the caster's curse, dude. Like, we're seeing all of them die all at once in real time, and that is really gonna hurt you when you're trying to set up.
Diggs left that engagement at literal 1 HP, by the way. Mailing some AK-74 U shots, proving that it is not broken. If this got G8'd, if you can't do anything without a barrel, nobody told Diggs. Fantastic stuff so far. Valkyrie now on a 57-point run.
This is absolutely crazy. It was the
Like
last time I
from
saw
the previous, yeah, that's more than a minute of a run right there for Valkyrie.
Dude, straight up, that's right. The last scoreline I saw was around 120 to 30, and now it's 140 more for Valkyrie and only 20 more for Swear Society. Basically doing to them what they had done to themselves in that first rotation. Second half rotation definitely going in the hands of Valkyrie. But will they be able to keep the heat? As you see, Swear Society starting to compose themselves, and they are now getting some good hill times and setups themselves. Diggs trying to come around the middle of the map. He's going to have to deal with Vito, and he does totally get the better of him. Going to force Carl to pay some attention to the back. He gets fried as well. The pinch is well and truly coming in as Scoop is right behind Organic, and that is a firm break. Valkyrie now in the lead again. It's not by much, but it is necessary for them to get this little bit of scrap time.
Yeah, we have definitely seen a lot of lead changes so far as we've reached now towards the end of this next. We'll be rotating on here soon. Looking at the numbers here, the numbers, man, for the side of Valkyrie. Scoop 8 and 20, not even 0.5, unfortunately. This is a Valkyrie squad that's still getting everything done, even though they have mostly taken a lot of lumps the first half of this game. That's where a lot of these negative numbers are coming from. A lot of these guys.
See, I like this from Valkyrie. They're trying to send in like 1 or 2 guys to just contest the time and then rotate. This is something that a lot of high-level teams do, especially when you get the rotation. It puts a lot of pressure on your opponents when they know that you're going to have the rotation for next and can get a lot of time off of that. You got to fly in, and it puts you at risk of dying on ult, flipping you out like they just did, and also at the same time not getting the time. So Valkyrie, they're firmly in the driver's seat. They've denied a lot of the time for Swear Society, and they are also got spawns for next so they can cement their lead even more firmly.
The Diggs does fall inside and actually going to get spawned out pretty far away, but given that this is moving in 5 seconds, Carl and company will soon be flanked by a number 7 Diggs. Actually just gave away his position. Oh, man, yep. Just gave away his position by stepping into hardpoint about a second and a half too early. Any day of the week, I would trade a second of point time for teams not knowing where I'm at, and then obviously and honestly, at least 2 that were about to be handed to him as it is. That's not the reality that we're living in, as another lead change comes through. Valkyrie up top as of right now.
This is looking very good for Valkyrie. Scoop, he knows that he's got some guys around long. Oblivion helping him out. Does totally get fried off top. And now Carl in on position to take them off the point. Trade coming in from Scoop. That's huge. Even though he died, that is absolutely huge as his teammates are killing everyone that are now funneled into that one forward location. They're even getting the rotation here, Tug. Even if they do get to contested for just a second here, main man Oblivion has got the rotation so they can end it off of next, if not now. Square Society, they can't rotate because they have to go in right now or they lose. Nick Vulture doing some good stuff to prevent what seems like inevitable. Valkyrie still got 7 points before the win. And Organic, he had a lot of faith in his teammates there. He does get the rotate, but they are now dead. I think they aren't even going to be able to contest this before they win, Tug.
Even if Nick charges all the way in, will not be able to touch on this one. Members of Valkyrie just tucked the head on this one after we saw a Valkyrie squad that was down by 80 points or so. It was like 123 to 41 or so, tripling up for the side of Swear Society. Not able to keep it up though. No further jokes being made along those lines. But either way, Valkyrie taking this one 250 to 207, I believe.
That was absolutely night and day performances there from Valkyrie, if I'm totally honest with you. They looked
straight up
very down bad in the beginning. After the first 2 hills, none of them had more than 3 kills. That is an absolutely astonishing scoreline, especially when you consider the fact that they won the game, Tug. That is an enormous flip of the script and a comeback. I would have to say that we haven't really seen a whole bunch of that in this league so far. I mean, we've always been seeing good games out of Valkyrie, regardless of who it's against, whether it's against top of the table natural talent. Now they're pulling out a good one up against Swear Society, who's neck and neck, and they need to beat them in order to maintain their position.
Absolutely. Both teams are 1 and 2. One of them will leave with a win today. One of them will leave with a loss. There's no tying capabilities here in our current Call of Duty franchise. Now, what we're going to be looking at next is that Checkmate, Search, and Destroy. Not against it whatsoever. At least it's not Control. Again, on Checkmate. It just seems like Control and Checkmate is much more chess-based, much more methodical, much more easy to determine what defense is going to do.
Yeah, it's also a game of calculated losses. Like, on the attack, you gotta... It's very hard to win it, so you gotta calculate what you can do to mitigate how hurtful the loss is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you just keep that life advantage of your opponents to a minimum, so that when you're on the defense, you can just slay out and surpass them on the overall life count and get that final defense. Luckily, we're not seeing that tonight. It's going to be right on that map, but we're still going to see it on Search and Destroy. I actually kind of like this map for Search and Destroy, Tug. Let me know what you think about it, though.
I'm not against it at all. Again, it's not Control, at least. It's much more varied here. Offense can have more of their pick. Yes, there's obviously a preferred one. There's literally always going to be between 2 options. Call of Duty and Search and Destroy otherwise. But literally, just a lot more open here. Raid, Search and Destroy, for example, I think it's much more obvious and clear where teams want to go there. And the only other option will be selected when it's almost like time to kind of like flip the script and kind of like throw a defensive team off, like by coming in with a wonky play or something like this. Again, it's always going to come down to those entry frags and search and destroy. But any map that has more even plant capabilities is going to be a more even field just all the way through. The just 1 + 1 = 2, man.
That's very true. And there's a lot of positions you can get those first picks from. I saw Caesar Skies. I'm not going to give anybody ideas, but when I was watching him this weekend, I saw him in the most ratty of spots, watching over the left side of the map to make sure nobody pushed him. It was so disgusting. I cannot believe that no one had found that angle before him. But
Inspiring.
honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something tonight, especially if these guys watch a little bit of Caesar Skies. Got to invest in your game, my dude. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, it would be folly to think that all of these players, all 8, had not caught any of those Mutineers plays through there. But other people have said it. A lot of those Mutineers players are coming in from Halo, different game entirely, much longer time to kill in that game, and I really do think you see that coming in and having an effect here in Call of Duty, which is still just very, very interesting. Obviously, Halo is something I grew up with more just based on my age, but one is obviously kind of come through is more popular, at least in North America, and that is, of course, Call of Duty.
I mean, I'm a Halo lover myself, Tug. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. My first FPS I ever played was actually Halo 3, so I got a little bit of
There you
love
go.
for the Halo up in there. But yeah, point being is there's a lot of different positions, more than on any other map you can get picks from. There are so many different sight lines that cross over each other. It's gonna be, like you said, very methodical, a game of chess, if you will, on Checkmate. Very appropriate name, in
Heyo.
fact.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll see how that goes and which team comes through here. This is going to be Team Swear Society looking for a tie-up factor in game number 2. Valkyrie looking to maintain their momentum, Kyle. Push this series up to a 2-0 and wrap it on a raid control.
They definitely struggled a little bit last week up against Natural Talent and Search and Destroy, but I mean, other than that, they have done very good in Search and Destroy. Valkyrie, if I'm totally honest with you, Tug, this is usually their best mode, except for last week. Maybe they've been having a little bit of a hard time adjusting. I know they've had like maybe 1 or 2 roster changes. I know that Diggs came in for the first time in a while last week. So I'm sure that they've been playing a lot more this week, and they're going to be back on form in Search and Destroy. Swear Society, they've done a pretty dang good job as well. I've seen them do some good stuff in Search and Destroy, so I think we're in for a good one.
Given that our control is a third, and both teams are very even on their hard point, even if this goes one way, won't be over.
Won't be over. I'm sure that Swear Society, they're going to be bringing out all the stops, especially with the meta change. It's going to be an interesting thing to see. Now, Swear Society, they seem to be not quite looking to take control of a plane. In fact, they're going for the underneath of plane play here, Tug. No one really watching underneath there. Prodigy, the only one, and in fact, Oblivion, the only ones with sight lines there, but they don't seem to be taking total advantage of them. Swear Society just playing for info and for picks, and I really appreciate this type of heads up and methodical play from them.
Yeah. Slower play so far coming out from both squads. That's Carl kind of playing a longer anchor position and Oblivion kind of staring down towards him. But this is really Valkyrie is not really wanting to give up the defensive advantage so far, because every second that takes off is against the offense.
That is very true. You see, I also really dig the fact that Valkyrie is not pushing up here as well. They're letting their opponents come to them. They have the advantage of defending. They are going to get peeked first, and they have the opportunity to absolutely shoot these guys before they even realize that they're there. Oblivion trying to get a little bit of a peek on these guys that are rotating. Diggs trying to stop the rotation as well, but it does not work. That is a good little situation from Swear Society as they're exploding onto the plant right now. They don't even have to get the plant as they do find the final player, and they totally knock him out. Swear Society 1 and Valkyrie 0.
Yep, one team opting to take this a little bit slower, other team opting to get up close and personal, and we see where the advantage is. Swear Society now up 1-0. I think stringing together another kind of like mentally reset the progress that Valkyrie might have had coming in from the hard point.
Yeah, I think that Swear Society probably realized, hey, we're doing really good in the beginning, but they definitely have started to bring it up as well. We just got to play our game how we know how to play it, and I think we'll do fine. Carl, but you see, as soon as they got a single pick there, Tug, it was instant on switch, off to on very, very quickly. They got the pick, instantly rushed into plane, and the game ended very quickly after that.
Once the action starts, really hard to stop it. Constant faucet. This is turned on, hard to turn off. Prodigy up 2-1. Carl up the other side 2-0. There's the big outliers numbers-wise so far as Valkyrie continue on the offense. Nobody falling quite yet. Little stun checks out and more from top plane. Vito really kind of looking out at this one. Scoops on the other side, but I think that might have been some, yep. Snub between Flash and Steps. They definitely know where to go.
Yeah, a little bit of accidental team firing going on here, but they can't seem to quite get through. This is a solid setup from Swear Society as they've now got bombed down in addition to 2 players. Oblivion trying to get a little bit of a sight line in on the guy down bottom. He does take down Nick Vulture. Carl now on his case and looking for him, but Swear Society, they still have a manpower advantage, especially now that they take down Oblivion. Time against Valkyrie, and so is the lives and the bomb placement.
Flashing in, Scoop takes one off the top here. 1 versus 2 situation, but that's Island and Carl, both players super positive as of right now. Being down towards the last, Scoop does have bomb. Moving on towards A, tries to make a play, not gonna happen so easily. AR shots cut him down where he stands, 2-0 now for Swear Society.
I mean, Swear Society, they've been looking very, very smart in this. Like we said, they've done some great stuff in Search and Destroy as well. I think the first match I casted for them was a 5-5, and they won it, I do believe. But regardless,
round 11 action.
Yeah, a little bit of round 11.
Yeah.
So they definitely have what it takes in the Search and Destroy. Valkyrie, they also do, but they haven't been showing it in their last little bout here. Last week they struggled, and this week they're also on the struggle bus tug. It's been a little bit of a Search and Destroy drought for them, which is unusual, but we're going to see if they can pick it up and realize what their opponents are doing. It's all about picking up on what your opponents are doing and making adjustments accordingly. If you do not adapt, you die.
Adapt and overcome. I'm with it. Scoop on the other side here, kind of playing his role for right now. Grenades and more out for checks and more. And again, this is just going to be dictated by AR play. Slower stuff off the top. Swear Society on offense. They're just really looking for a way in right here. And again, your Checkmate. Search and Destroy going down to more methodical chess-based play.
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you, I really appreciate the amount of tactfulness that they're doing. Mel's desperately wanting to not die, but still dying anyways. Big Vulture opening things up on 2. Scoop. Oh my goodness, things are starting to fall apart for Valkyrie and Swear Society. They're pouncing on him. 1 is going to be going down from Diggs, but they've got total site control over on B if they want it. Oblivion trying to stop this from happening. He's going to fluff his shots. And the bomb plant is gonna go down. Picks up a 74U because he knows he's got some close quarters fighting to do here. Sees 1, misses a few shots too many. And Swear Society still on the roll after this little bit of a hard time in hardpoint.
Fantastic stuff. The carrion bird here, Vulture, coming through, dealing his own forms of death. That was 2 right there, looking for the 3rd. I don't think he got it. He got taken down, but I mean, pre-fire is everything, and then lastly, that just kind of comes down to some AK-70. Or AK-74 you play that without that barrel, maybe that's the big difference. Who knows? 3-0 now for Swear Society on a solid little roll now. Carl died for the first time in this last one. He was up 4-0 running into that across 3 rounds.
Yeah, not a lot of deaths going on for Swear Society in general. No one more than 2. In fact, mean of 1 here, Tug. Scoop is going to be making our statistic a little bit more incorrect as Icky trying to get the better of 1, but he gets absolutely nothing. And now it is Valkyrie actually in the manpower advantage, and their opponents are actually rather split up. Carl over on A with no line of sight to help his teammate out if he gets pushed. This could be very good for Valkyrie.
Longer range shots attempted. That's now 2 here for the man Carl. Nicely done. That's how you really tie up these numbers evenly. Longer range shots saw. Now that's going to be information sent to teammate as well. And just like that, Swear Society, I think you could say until that happens, was going to take an advantage. Vito last alive. Up on top plane, looking out. 74U in hand.
Yeah, Bomb is down, and he is watching over, just making sure that he stays alive, and Bomb can't be planted. You just got to stay away. Play a little bit of keep away with Prodigy here as time does run out slowly. Prodigy, this is where the slow and methodical stuff really comes back to bite you, Tug. He's taking a long time, and he's going to have to route to the objective. Vito timing this perfectly so he can catch him while he plants or shortly after so he can get the quick defuse. He knows he's basically got to be on it right now, but he picks the wrong bomb site. Going to be in position where he can catch him on it, but Prodigy is waiting for him to approach. Vito very hurt, Prodigy very hurt, but Prodigy getting the better ice cold water in his veins as he calmly peeks the corner and gets the better of him. That is nerves of steel right there, Tug.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Perfect positioning on the lay and the plant right there. It is also a smart idea to opt for this one as opposed to the other bomb site up at top lane that was just simply... Prodigy has to know that his opponent is simply going to have a better lane to get there. So it makes sense to come outside, push at the outside, put a wall on your back, and then force a one-on-one once bomb is planted. Fantastic stuff. Might have come a little bit harder for Valkyrie. Now they have struck back in the search and destroy. Back on defense in the supposed advantage spot here for Valkyrie.
Yeah, I mean, a 3-1 is better than a 4-0, regardless of how you look at it. It's not great, but it could be a lot worse. They're actually trying to barrel stuff him down the middle of the plane. Scoop taking some big fat hits, and his teammate is retreating. They are not liking that one, and they are making a little bit of a tactful retreat. A whole lot of tactics going on here, Tug. Everyone trying to outsmart the other. This is all about brain power and a little bit of crackedness as well. They do catch Prodigy again. I think he's been first blood the majority of the times that we've been watching this, and Oblivion follows suit. I do believe that is both ARs down for the count as Dig and Scoop, the two solo subs stuck inside the plane, leaning towards A here, Swear Society. This might be a good time to plant.
Yeah, you leave Carl and AR like this out to the outside. Once you plant on A, you'll make just Swiss cheese out of these SMG players. That's Dig, Scoop, both opting to stay inside. Not a bad play by any means. They have to know their role, and they have to know where it's at. But now, no point in paying attention to B. Rotations come through. Dig, Scoop now working their way up top. And I think there was actually some cohesive shots between Scoop and teammate. Did take down Island on this one. Carl kind of towards the middle, Vito a little bit farther out on the back of the plane. Nick Vulture realizing that, Nick comes back. Love to see it. Oh, man.
Huge.
Uncharacteristic shots from Carl right there, as he allows not one but both players, Diggs and Scoop, closer to this back lane to now get access onto A.
Huge.
Shots up top. SMG with 3 frags. Diggs done. Scoop next.
Bro. That is tough.
AR play, man. AR play.
That is tough tomatoes for them. Carl, main man Carl, just eating them up as they chow over the bomb. They knew he was generally there, but could not quite get the better of the Krig at that distance, especially with the muzzle being taken off, making their aim a little bit less good. They didn't even really get shots off anyway, because Carl was trained on it. He knew that they were coming from that way, and they pretty much had to chow him for the bomb position. Completely taking him down. That is good positioning from Swear Society. Now 4-1.
Yeah, so 6th round starting now. Carl has spent 5 out of these on a streak, like starting the round with a streak. He spent 1 of them at a 0 streak. Obviously, I'll be on the first one. Prodigy fighting the first kill on this one, so not gonna be the first dead, at least overall. Valkyrie still with 4. Never mind, Diggs falling. Prodigy's not the first dead on his squad.
Yeah, that was a huge pick to get first. Carl, he's been just the man that's been making it happen for his team, and he goes down first. Valkyrie, they might have gotten 1 down in return, but they're trading basically a queen for, I don't know, a little bit of a bishop, because Carl's been doing a little bit more in this situation than the guy that was traded out. But the good thing is that Swear Society has been picking up where Carl left off and absolutely slaying out. That is some good dip, diving and weaving, putting Swear Society now at 5-1 up over Valkyrie. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, Valkyrie is not bad at search and destroy generally. This is kind of some uncharacteristic play that we're seeing come out. 5-1 is not great score lines for them, and Valkyrie, outside of their 1 win, has really only looked like awake and alive and responsive on one of these other S&D rounds, I gotta say.
Valkyrie now well and truly up against it. We've seen them make comebacks already in this game, but this, I would say, is a little bit more sizable than the comeback that they had to make in Hardpoint. They'll have to do basically picture-perfect performance from here.
Yeah, 8-3, 5-3, 5-3, 5-3, 2 streak for Vito. Huge numbers coming out. Nick Vulture putting up not 1 but 2 objective plays offensively already. Like I said, they got to play perfect, and Diggs falling first. First blood for Swear Society is not the way to do it.
Scoop, that is huge. He does get 2, though. Trades coming out the other end. Is now at 2 versus 2. Bomb well within reach of Valkyrie here. They can totally pick that thing back up if they want to. Wait, no, they're on the defense. I'm so stupid. But anyways, Icky, they've got to go back and get that. And they know that there is a looming threat of Scoop. If he realizes he is there, yeah, he's just keeping an eye on the hop down potential from Scoop, but he is just chilling like a villain, going to potentially just occasionally go out and check for that bomb to make sure it's not picked up. He'll even get an audio cue if it's picked up a little bit. If he's got good enough headphones, he's just sitting and waiting. He knows that they're probably generally there now. He's just sitting and waiting. Time running out, and they've got to make their move soon. Wow.
Oh my goodness! The AR comes in and says hello against Scoop, who had pre-aim, had wait, had audio information, and more. Prodigy the last alive here. Island and Man Carl up top. 2 heavy hitters for the Swear Society squad, doubling up and more from them too, tripling up from Carl, excuse me. Prodigy's got a mountain ahead of him.
Really does. Mountain out of a molehill here, Tug, as Valkyrie were looking pretty dang good in the beginning, but now it's starting to look not so quite that way as he gets totally fried in the plane. Swear Society going right up and taking the momentum right on back. They had it in the beginning, lost it, and now they're snagging it right on back. It's a little bit of a reconquest from them as they win this map of Checkmate.
Absolutely. We'll be getting a map 4 at the least. Once again, we'll be getting a raid from map 3 and a raid from map 4 again at the least. This best of 5 now basically put down to a best of 3. Whoever gets 2 from here will take the W. Will not be bloodless as well, so both teams taking a map from here, and given that 4-8 Swear Society coming into this map count-wise, coming up against Valkyrie 5 and 7, they'll end this one no more than 2. Well, I guess if Valkyrie gets the next 2, then it'll be 3, but still an unlikely situation. I mean, that would require Valkyrie to take both of these and not drop a map, so.
That's very true. Now, Tug, another thing that we saw from them up against the natural talent when we saw them play last week is that they actually defeated natural talent on this map in this mode. So I'm expecting a very good performance out of them. If the hardpoint is anything to go off of, they did very well in the hardpoint, much like they did against natural talent. So tail of the tape says they will probably win this one. Swear Society, they are going to have to win a respawn eventually, whether it's this one, which would be, in my opinion, the harder of the two, or the hard point, which is going to be on the same map but different mode. They're still going to have to take one.
Yeah, exactly. The classic saying about taking search and destroys, but still needing to nab that respawn game mode, never coming more true than right now. Will it be the control? Will it be the hard point? If they do win, we'll see when we come back from a very short break, after which we'll be getting map number 3. Again, that's raid here for the control between Sarah Society and our Valkyrie squad. Both squads coming in here 1-2. One will be taking an L, one will be taking a victory when we finish maps 3 and 4. And we are back. Swear Society taking on Valkyrie after the tie up 1-1 across the Search and Destroy and the Hardpoint. FBI Tugboat. I'm here with my man Kamaka. We got Connie down there producing all the way from Canada as well. Who would have guessed it?
Yeah, all the way up there from Canada, the Great White North. Valkyrie, back on topic with the game, is Swear Society trying to get some firm control over B, and they're almost there. But Scoop gonna get a very pivotal kill there. Might be able to stop Carl from getting on the objective. Reinforcements arriving though.
Smart move.
It
Smart
totally
move.
gets the better of him. I agree, Tug. That was a very smart move.
Moving through Tiki where you do not get progress, or moving from outside where he does get progress through Tiki to take the kill where he knows that Nick Vulture is outside a lurkin just perched, taking progress for his squad. Now a split push here. He's giving Swear Society everything and a bag of chips until Diggs has something to say about it. Carl's still over here. They still get 0.1 prominence, but Diggs at 4-0, that's where we have to turn the attention to.
Yeah, Scoop is basically left all by his lonesome to catch the rotation, but they do know that Prodigy is on the back. They're just going to clear their back line before they move forward, and that allows Oblivion to get in position. So that was some good hold-up play by Valkyrie, and even more good hold-up play here as Diggs about to be in position. Yeah, you see Swear Society there not really covering from these flanks very well, in my personal opinion. And despite the fact that they are getting these objectives very quickly, and you would think easily, it might hurt them in the long run, like right now.
Yeah, Diggs, like, great position. Oh my god. Okay, well, maybe Vito just doing this inside. Now we just flipped out this. Okay, no, excuse me. Throughout the thick of things here, Oblivion was outside and got a lot of value on this. And do you mind the eyes deceive me? Is that a different weapon being used by Oblivion?
I don't know, dude, but all I know is all I see right now. Oh, it is. It's the QBZ coming in here. He's trying it out. Diggs having a little bit more luck. He has yet to die, in fact, Tug. He's at 7-0 there, man. Oblivion shows case in point there how the AK-74U does totally smack it out of the water at close range, but Prodigy coming into a weakened opponent does take him down. They basically flip spawns, even though they haven't flipped spawns, as Swear Society take control over Valkyrie's spawn, trying to get a little bit of a divide and conquer here, Tug.
Yeah, so with Outliers, we gotta talk about it. There's gonna be a 0 in both of these statements. Nick Vulture, now... you mother. Okay, can't say it. Nick Vulture, you proved me wrong. Everybody knows what I was gonna say. I can't now. 8-0, that's what I will say for Diggs. Man's on an 8 streak. Looking at that one, but both streaks available right now. Does fall for the first time here, and maybe I should just stop talking about the zeros.
Yeah, zeros apparently don't like to be talked about, as they are gonna quickly get off of our screen. Diggs gonna take another death, as now Swear Society is starting to break into the objective. They're getting contested. Prodigy gonna get smacked by Carl. Carl getting ample help here as well, as they're gonna power burn this quick break and even quicker cap. Swear Society are gonna take this first offense.
Yeah, so maintaining of the momentum from the Search and Destroy into the control mode. The controlled respawn, we shall say. Diggs right here, that was kills, if I remember right, 3 and 4 on his 7 streak, or this 8 streak, excuse me, now leading into the 5th on Vito. Vito running that SMG, gonna be harder, especially when you're not looking at the person shooting at you.
Yeah, it's very tough to kill someone when they put 2 shots in your back before even turning around, and it's a 4-shot to kill gun, my dude. It's a very tough thing to do. Now, Valkyrie, they are going to be on the attack. Maybe they can do a little bit of something here. You see, turning up there towards the end, Swear Society, they've got definitely a life advantage in the fact that they will get the final defense if they want that. I mean, they're doing pretty good on the offense, but let's see how they do on the defense. Team kill is going to make it not so certain if they are doing as good, but they're still frying here, Tug. Valkyrie unable to get anything close as to where Swear Society did on their attack.
Yeah, and then Scoop just gets absolutely, like, he literally spawns in and just meets this new life with a face full of bullets. You hate to see it. 2 and 10, teammate, and then there's another one, 2 and 11, bad numbers. You have to think that some of the, okay, there you go. So Diggs finding one kind of edgewise here as Vito just simply pays attention to his audio cues and gets that. B has a little bit of progress onto the first right now. Island tries to take out the player on the outside. Not going to happen so easy. Vito trying to get to the middle from Monday now. Not going to happen either. Valkyrie is all over B. This might as well be chalked up. Yep, that's Dunzo.
That is some very great play from Valkyrie Esports. You love to see it. Carl trying to hold it down in the middle, and he does. But Valkyrie, they're still going for the rotation through the spawns here, it seems like. And Sports Society, this has been a little bit where they struggle. Carl is trying to make sure that nobody comes through the kitchen, which he does totally take advantage of that. And now Belated, a.k.a. Island, he's going to get found by the man who did get through in Oblivion. So they do still have the potential for the pincher. Nick Vulture winning a great gunfight in the middle of the map is going to potentially slow things down for Valkyrie, especially now that they're at the life disadvantage. It's going to be a little bit tough for them here, Tug, but still plenty of possibilities to get it done.
There you go. Now on board with Island. Island, oh, this is relative. Island who belongs in the kitchen. You know what I'm talking about by that?
What do you mean? You mean the tweet earlier this morning?
Yes, the Burger King of all
Yes, oh my
organizations.
god,
Oh
yes.
my god. We'll talk about this really quickly. Folks, sometimes I just wonder. Sometimes I just wonder what these social media managers are thinking. So the tweet earlier, today, for anybody who doesn't know, the backstory definitely necessary here. Today is International Women's Day, okay? Obviously, you know, maybe a day not to be edgy, maybe not to be kind of clickbaity, I think you could say. Regardless, the international account, the verified international account for Burger King decided to tweet earlier today, "Women belong in the kitchen." Now, if you're relative and kind of up to date with what your ideas Twitter-wise might be, then kind of get what they're getting at, that anybody belongs in the kitchen. But really, today's probably not the day for it. Anyway, getting back to Call of Duty, I had to say that. I'm sorry, Kyle.
All right, dude. Well, speaking of provocative, Valkyrie coming in here after Swear Society was shooting their bodies in the round 3 of, you know, yeah, they were being a little bit provocative there as well. Swear Society by shooting their bodies on round number, the third hill of the hardpoint, and now getting some swift retribution from their opponents since they did that. It's been quite a close game ever since the Bias 7 shot. They have been provoked, and they were a sleeping tiger. Now they are a raging lion,
You know,
just going in and
realized
eating through them.
that literally was the shot body situation in Hardpoint 3 going into, like, towards 4, literally is where this literally turned on its head.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yes, Swear Society struck back in every way, shape, and form, the search and destroy, but now this is, in a lot of ways, a lot of Valkyrie, gotta say. Speaking of, starting it off, Oblivion there with a nice headshot, and then Naked 2, he doesn't like 1. Vicho up close and personal, still getting it done with the AK-74U and taking shots from money.
Yeah, they're getting some seriously good kills here, Tug, in mid-map, but Island is sitting and chilling on the rotation there. Nick Vulture, they're getting a little bit pinched up here, but Vito getting some great kills, and they are helping each other out very well. Diggs on the rotation is going to catch Vito without any ammo left in his magazine, and he will put him down for the count, stopping all the progress on that objective. Belated still got one to deal with here. He does not deal with it very well. And from what I'm seeing here, Tug, Valkyrie are starting to string together a whole lot of kills. In fact, you see, they now have a 6 life advantage over Swear Society.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's going to be the biggest that we've seen so far in this control mode. A little bit of progress on to B. Valkyrie makes that as much not so as they can. Still have the progress on A that they can't do anything about. Diggs playing the anchor, and Diggs taken out of the corner, just ripped out easy peasy all day long. Now A is the eye of the affection for Square Society as they're coming up in the first, and Prodigy says no go.
Yeah, you see, we've still got Scoop holding it down. Does get taken down rather rapidly. Does get one, but instantly taken down. Oblivion coming up with the QBZ with Diggs, who has still got the tried and true Brig 6. But Oblivion, he's not even going to get a chance to use it as he is fried before he even turns around to face him. Diggs getting taken down as well as Valkyrie. They're all going to be on the respawn. This objective getting taken rather rapidly. They've got basically one good contest in them, and you know that Swear Society is going to force them into the objective here. Oblivion gotta slide on in here, but not even gonna get the opportunity to.
Nope.
As Swear Society, they're gonna get B. Still got control over A. Plenty of time, but not a lot of lives this time, Tug.
Yeah, Diggs late to the party right there. A couple of seconds earlier might have been the difference. Might have been able to contest this out. Not going to happen today, not so easily. On board with Island now, he's going to take attention from the middle, from right outside his window, excuse me. Prodigy taking the K on that. That kind of corner position outside cul-de-sac has been huge so far. Both players, both teams, or players from both teams, excuse me, an option to sit there and trying to get something done. Prodigy back to it now.
Yeah, man. Man, Prodigy, he's on a 4 streak. You just can't get him out. It's like sand in your shoes, but eventually the last grain of sand will fall, I suppose. Vito is trying to catch Scoop, and he totally does. That's 2 off the objective, and now they're going to start to get in. No ticks yet, and not a lot of time. This basically got to be picture perfect here from Square Society. They want to keep this momentum on the attack going. Nick Vulture, realizing a challenge could come down from middle, preemptively attacks it, but all he does is weaken their current position. Square Society now back on the objective, courtesy of some good kills coming out from the other side of that team. But Prodigy on full flank. He's going to get caught out, though. 2 ticks, as you said. Contest coming out. And Vito, he's going to get fried off as well. Square Society, they've got to hurry this up because they have no lives left.
Island initiating that slide at the absolute wrong time. Just kind of COD timing on that one. Now double-digit seconds dwindling down now. Scoop outside is one of the last members there, but it's going to be Valkyrie taking this one 2 lives. Now 2-1 on this one. Advantage all Valkyrie coming into the control.
Yeah, that's a great win from Valkyrie. They played that defense a whole lot better than they did the first one. So I think it seems on each map they're just seeming a little bit like they're taking a hard time to get going. Now I'm sure they're keeping the body shots from that third hill on the hard point in the back of their minds, and they're using it to propel them forward. The KDs, not very pretty for really anybody here except for Carl, who's almost double positive. But if they lose another attack to Valkyrie, they've already lost 1. If they make it 2, that'll be it. And it'll put Valkyrie at a serious advantage going into this next hard point tug.
Yeah, so guys, we'll have to turn our attention to getting a little update action here. Prodigy is mentioning that certain members on the side of Square Society are using a barrel on top of their AK-74Us. If that is the case, we'll definitely have to pay attention to it. Again, that is not like execution worthy. It's not off with its head with the K7. It's still allowed. It's just against the gentleman's agreements. Again, if Square Society is doing that, we'll be paying attention to it as we come in here today. Nick Vulture, top, there's 1, looking for 2, looking for 3. Not going to happen on the 3rd.
Yeah, they are basically calling them out for using the Liberator barrel, which gives a little bit extra range to the AK-74U. It is still frowned upon, but
all barrels
not going to make the call either way. No, it's all muzzles. It's the Spetsnaz compensator and things like that, and the muzzle breaks. But Valkyrie, they are still playing their game regardless, and they're going to look to power burn this objective. You see they're all getting on. That cap time is going by so fast. Challenge coming out from middle. Vito, he's going to get fried by Prodigy. Challenge coming out from the other end, but it's too late. They have already captured A. Plenty of time, plenty of lives, and they are now even on lives, Tug. They're looking really good to finish this up right here, right now.
Valkyrie ends point 1 with more kills than deaths. All the progress on A and 90 seconds. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. It really does not get much better than that, Kyle.
It really does not. Valkyrie just aging like fine wine. They're getting better over time, my dude. It is looking really dang good for them. Belated, aka Island, trying to come up here and give some little helps for Carl, who's at 32-8, basically having to do a whole lot of heavy lifting by himself. And as I know, doing a whole lot of lifting leaves your arms and back very, very sore. It's going to be tough as Vito now trying to go in and get them down even more in the lives. They have 12 lives left here, but if Vito can get at least 1 and trade himself out, that is worth it right there.
Absolutely. Go 1 for 1. If you're Square Side all the way down, you'll be taking W's at the end of this control, tying it up to 2 to move on to the next. Vito trying to mail some from the middle and kitchen area here. Now turning attention back towards Island on the longer ideals there. Not 1, not 2, but 3 members moving into the kitchen. Now Vito splits them up and takes down 1. Diggs got from members of Square Society as well, as that again is pushing to an even further life advantage for Square Society.
Prodigy going down in their spawn from Island really hurts them. They have basically no respawns left, and their opponents are properly set up here, Tug. They've got 1 last good shot on them. As you can see, they're patiently waiting for each other to get in position for the final push. Trades coming out left, right, and center. They're out of respawns, trying to take down another, and there's only 1 left. That is Oblivion. He goes down. His time limit reached, excuse me. He doesn't go down, but still, Square Society pulling that one out, despite some serious ferocity coming out from their opponents in Valkyrie.
Lead changes consistently through here, talking about activity on point as well as life pools. We saw that happen very frequently in the first hard point. be starting that next hard point here because we're guaranteed the 4th that will be on raid back for the hard point, no matter who wins this one. If we talk about advantages, I got nothing really. Yes, this is Valkyrie on defense technically, or on offense technically, excuse me. But really, the way these two teams have been playing, I don't really see an advantage either way.
I don't see an advantage either way. It's pretty much all a matter of preference, like you said, Tug. Carl, he seems to be nice and happy to chow people regardless. He does fry another one. He's at 35 kills. I think he's going for that record now as well, Tug. We've seen a lot of records being broken this season, but Valkyrie, they are going to be going in for both at the same time. They're basically going to be saying, hey, you're going to lose one. Pick which one you lose, as Scoop does take down another one. Carl, realizing the position, and he's got to chow out. Does get one, but it's not enough to stop what's going down here, Tug. They are really rapidly capping this with 2 people. All their angles of entry down pat. That is going to be 1 down for the count. And already Scoop on the next one trying to take it. He's dividing their opponents, but Nick Bolcher with some great flankerinos going on here. He's got 4 kills in a row, and that could prove very pivotal for Square Society as they take a life advantage.
Not bad is Valkyrie all literally spawning outside on Garage, outside of Diggs, who we're on board with right now. Diggs gets some longer range shots right there. Now looking to the middle of the map as the rest of his team tries to collapse onto A. More middle range shots as Diggs finds some fantastic positioning until he is taken out by Carl. And what would have happened immediately afterwards is the spawn literally coming right next to Carl. Who would have guessed it?
You see, they are capping this very, very quickly, Tug. Belated, a.k.a. Island, trying to catch them out here. He's going to catch one, which does slow it down, allowing his team to push in here before it is all said and done. Vito chowing it out as well does prevent the final tick from coming in, and he is trying to completely clear it out. Teammates coming in and being absolutely pivotal. 6 life advantage for Square Society, so the longer this goes on, the more it hurts Valkyrie. They've got to get together and make a strong, solid push. They've got a minute and a half to do this, though, so they've got some time to do this. They just can't afford to lose more lives.
Carl now at 40, just shy of doubling up right here. Definitely putting up some serious numbers on your control game mode. Yes, this is a game 5. Now the looking for more. Those different ARs sending some longer range shots back to window. Valkyrie players have really not been able to hold on to this point right here and just kind of get ripped off consistently. As Vigil, Nick Vulture doing the same towards the middle.
Just look at Carl right now, man. All eyes on Carl. He is at 42 kills, 4 in this life alone. I think he's really coming close to this record. If not, he's already got it. I can't say either way. Yeah, look at all those objective kills. He's getting pivotal kills as well. He's killing people
the rest
off
of
the
his
objective.
squad has 35.
Dude, the thing is, though, he's got to kill them off the objective right now, because if he doesn't, it's not going to mean a damn thing no matter how many he gets. If he doesn't get the final one, and that is going to be Valkyrie taking out Carl when it is least opportune for him to be killed. They are going to win this control as predicted, but it wasn't easy for them. It's 2-1 now in the series.
Once again, I say it every time, this is an objective-based game. Yes, kills are very flashy, especially when you're stringing together, especially when it happens when you're low. Not going to matter at the end of the day. What it's going to come down to is getting points on these objectives. That is literally just sung most true here from Valkyrie, as, again, a game that was marked by how many different leads? I don't even know. I don't think I can count that high, Kyle.
I can't count that high either. Caster math notoriously bad, Tug. You know it as well as I do. And regardless of the bats, all you need to know is 2-1. And that is, well, rather 1+1 for Valkyrie. They have put one map to the other map they already had in hand. It is now 2-1 over them for Square Society. And now they can turn that 1-2 into a 2-2 if they can win this hardpoint like they did in the first hardpoint, although it was very close. And Square Society had a great showing. It's going to be a different map on Raid. We don't know how it's going to necessarily turn out here, Tug, but Valkyrie, I think they're firmly in the driver's seat right now. Square Society, they've got a lot riding on this.
Yeah, I mean, Valkyrie took out the hard point earlier, the search and destroy going one way very, very handily. Again, 250 to 207 in game number 1, 6-1 in the search and destroy, now 3-2 for Valkyrie in game number 3. What that tells me is that search and destroy is going to be simply different to fair. Respawn game mode's not going to be. We'll see about that when we get back from a very, very short break. This is the K7 League. We're looking at a little Season 3 action coming at you. It'll be continuing here in just a minute.
You know, I'm going non-stop, higher in the
I don't know why I feel this way, but I'm the ride she's driving insane. And don't you know you oughta pump the brakes? I can't tell you why don't you let it.
And we are back here live. Back to raid. Hardpoint action from the control. FBI tugboat. The Kamasa down there producing for us. We do appreciate that. A lot of kills off the rip here for Valkyrie on her first hardpoint. Kyle, we got to confirm a little bit of record action, right?
Indeed, yeah. We've got another new record. A lot of records being broken this season. Carl getting the control kill record break by a margin of, I think, 5 or 6. He's got the new record regardless. The previous was 37, and now he's got it with 43. But yeah, not looking to stop now. Swear Society, they didn't win it despite the record break, and they are looking to keep themselves alive in this series as Carl still doing some good stuff at 3-1.
Yes, sir. Swear Society coming out here, 2-1, technically down as of right now. Little corner play there from Oblivion, finds one, not going to find the second here. Last 5 seconds, little garbage time action as members of Swear Society now motioning through this. Nick Vulture, the last man back in the last few seconds of that.
Oh, man.
Raji laying down is not able to find an AK-74 up close. Swear Society coming out flashing through the left side of this kill feed so far. Oblivion not able to change that reality as Swear Society is all over this one. We predicted a map 5 earlier. The way this one is going, you have to call that one again.
Yeah, I think that our prediction is going to be spot on here as Vito. He's looking for digs, but it doesn't matter. Everyone else is getting the kills. Carl at 5-2. Now Vito at 5-2 after both dying after being on 5 kill streaks. Prodigy putting an end to the hype in that aspect. But Swear Society still on the train that is getting them to their destination, needing all these points that they can get, and they are getting them now about double their opponents almost. It would be double if it were 48, just quick cast maths, but getting their tug, getting there, and this is exactly what they need to keep this match going.
Exactly. That's going to be all members, both sides, not kind of paying attention to this garage area. Members just outside of Swear Society, members inside as of right now are the Valkyries. Now moving across, that's Diggs and Scoop on the rotation. Vito and Nick Vulture towards the middle looking for more. A lot of trades right outside this hard point as shots trying to be mailed from Oblivion. Members of Swear Society trying to get in this one all kinds of ways edgewise. Now the control action does come, the test action, excuse me, does come through. Diggs up front, trying to find one here. He's going to find on the lay down player, and that is huge. Valkyrie now taking the lead. Another lead change coming through here, Kyle.
Absolutely hugely disappointing there for Diggs as he
that was easy.
almost,
like, right,
almost gets 2, but gets
They're both
fried
moving
off
away
the
from
freaking
them.
one.
Like, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that taking 2 players of either of these squads is going to be easy, but they're both looking away from him, and every shot was right on point for the first.
Dude, I felt like a freaking car commercial there with how long I held the huge, but regardless, if you're from New York, you'll know what I mean. If you're not from New York, you know the exact commercial I'm talking about. But regardless, Swear Society, they are in firm control of our next Prodigy and the Prodigy and the guys starting to get up in here and get some kills. Only one left in the objective, or near it, is Vito. Does get one, but instant trades coming out from Diggs. Now they're going to be digging into this objective as Prodigy getting up on a good heady to prevent them from pushing in. Diggs now a little bit less up against the grain. Valkyrie going to be the first person to pass 100 points on this one as Diggs getting 2. That's good, but not good enough as Swear Society still going to get about 26 seconds out of this.
26 seconds will put them at 1. If they take every one, we'll put them at 1 up from Valkyrie, meaning another lead change. See if that is spelled true from through. Wait. Nope. They got a couple seconds on there. Cast your math, everybody. Cast your math. Oblivion finding one with the QBZ towards the middle. Yes, sir. You're right. Swear Society does look like they're going to be taking the rest of this. Carl's kind of playing that back position. Will be rotating closer towards this middle in just a few seconds. Scoop finding a headshot on that one towards kitchen. Starting these mid-range pushes.
Yeah, that is some good stuff from Valkyrie to give it up and go for the rotation. But they adapted on the fly. They realized they spawned out and like, hey, I can go for a final contest here. Might as well. I got to go through it anyway to get to the objective quickly. Totally takes him off when it's unsuspected for him to do so. Carl, mid-mantle. Oh, body shots again there, Tug. This might be exactly what Valkyrie needs to propel themselves for the top. You know it's going to be a talking point if Valkyrie goes on to win this. I mean, they're still in the lead. They haven't lost it since they did the body shots. So going to be some controversial stuff going in there.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, I mean,
oh my god.
How many other issues and kind of like statements have been made here between karma, between like kind of like not wanting to access the particularly angry side of players you're already beating? I just can't call it something that I'd be announced this early. You know, like if your FaZe coming into what literally on this map, last over Crim on the Dallas action on the CDL earlier and trying to assassinate, that's one thing. You're trying to like start a meme or something like this, but this is way too early to try and push forward those like super aggressive plays. Swear Society dropping not 1 but 2 on the kill streaks, 3 on the kill streaks.
Yeah, not sure what it means, Tug, but it's provocative, and it gets the people, going.
Yeah.
Valkyrie gonna be getting knocked off the objective once again. Swear Society, I think they're trying to tap into the primal rage of their opponents, and rage does sometimes make you act stupid, but Scoop gonna come in for a little bit of a contest, does get taken down. Valkyrie might be looking to go for a little bit of a rotation here, but you see Swear Society, they're realizing this as well. They're making adjustments accordingly. They've got the rotation on lockdown. Skeleton Crew on the previous objective as they are looking at the big picture here now and trying to set up for next to get the 60.
Yeah, last few seconds will be utilized. We'll push this to a 5-point game again as Kitchen remaining the point of attention. All of Valkyrie spotting lower side, now moving either through left side or through cul-de-sac, going to be met with Vito there as he takes down 1. Now going to pay with his life on that offensive push. Number 6, number 8, that's Oblivion Scoop. Trying to push on the outside. Scoop finding the will to stay alive on this one as Nick Wiltshire finding his hit on a kill spree. Carl towards the middle, finding 1 as well. Swear Society not out of this by any way, shape, or form. Trying to spill in towards the middle. Swear Society, 4 members across the middle by statue. A lot of purple in this left side of this building.
Dude, Carl is trying his best right now. I'm going to be straight up honest. He is doing more than anyone should ever have to do in terms of killing. Valkyrie still maintaining a very, very close scoreline here. In fact, they're going to pass them before they get the rotation next. Prodigy going to catch the 1, watching his rotation. He's going to be able to get the health back up, and he's definitely not going to push in when his 2 teammates just died, or I'm totally mistaken here. Maybe the rage getting to them a little bit here, Tug, as he could have totally waited for the rest of his teammates to get in there, but decided to go in solo, paying the price for that now as Valkyrie has to go in basically all at once off the respawn, allowing Swear Society to get fully set up.
Carl knows exactly where it's at, where to keep these pre-aims and sightlines down at. Remember the Valkyrie trying to fight to get back on into this one. That's made a little bit easier by Valkyrie breaking the first. Oblivion falling, Prodigy falling as well. Swear Society taking through first entry fragger. Scoop is going to get the first one, but not without paying for his life. And Swear Society getting a huge run going right here.
Oh,
okay.
Carl just...
Not 1, not
Carl?
2, but 3 bodies or shots in the body, man. Okay, Carl, we see you. 22 and 7. I guess you can start saying it.
Yeah, and you know they see it too. He's being provocative, dude. He's trying to just get under their skin as they are now about to get within range of wedding. They can win off of any of the remaining objectives here, Tug. Valkyrie need a good hill here. And Swear Society, they're being smart. They're being in positions that allow them to pinch. They're just waiting for the guys in middle to get nice and ready. Island gonna take the guy down middle, and now it's gonna be Carl totally in a position where he can cut these guys off or get totally cut down himself. That's just tough timing. As Scoop gonna take down 2. That is indeed, Tug. That is nice. They are gonna need basically every ounce of this time and to get a rotation to prevent Swear Society from getting the total setup on next. Although it's not the easiest of points to get off, to win off of on next because of the break potential. It's going to be absolutely necessary that Valkyrie get themselves an exit plan here.
With pushes off the beginning, and Valkyrie takes every single player down now. Stopped right in their tracks, and now split spawns coming out. Carl's a little bit farther outside, now gets taken down, and Valkyrie is going to have a huge new lease on life for this next hard point. Living towards the middle, not going to matter so much because Valkyrie is back in this in every way, shape, and form.
That is a great way to take good control over the objective. They knocked the guy off of ring. just to make sure that they don't get any crossfires on the guys watching the pool. Prodigy now going to have to deal with the pool guys without any help from there. He does get taken down. Diggs going to catch the guys trying to rotate positions here. But Diggs, they've got a great setup here. This is exactly what Valkyrie didn't need. It's a proper setup coming in from Swear Society. Prodigy getting a key kill, Oblivion putting one together as well. So now it's a 4v2. If they can just mass themselves together and push through here, they can get a contest. And Prodigy getting one down, getting two down, looking for the third on Carl. But Diggs and Scoop are going to get it. That is the break they needed. They can win off this, but they at the very least have to prevent Swear Society from getting a break here. 8 seconds is all they need. This is the tightest of margins we've seen all night in a hardpoint. Prodigy turning and burning on them. They're not going to win off this, but they at least prevent their opponents from doing it. Need a good rotation again.
Prodigy on the killing spree. Prodigy taking down another one, looking at the 6th, and that's one's going to be the one that takes him down. 5 seconds on this. Oblivion trying, not going to matter, and the rest of Valkyrie is too far spawned out to touch this one. 237 to 250 as we're going to a map 5, Kyle.
We are indeed going to a map 5. It looked scary there for a second for Swear Society, but they were never in a position where they could lose off of any of the objectives. So, I mean, yeah, that setup on P5 was just so dang impressive. They got enough time off that to where they could win off of the next one. They got the rotation down. So no matter how many people Prodigy was putting together, case in point right there, he was really smacking them at the end there, just smacking them across the face there, backhanding them. But, I mean, that's not going to be enough. We've seen people putting together a lot of kills. Carl, Prodigy, it's not always enough. And we are going to be going into the final call. Search and Destroy, going to be revisiting Moscow from the very beginning, Tug.
Yes, sir. And I can tell you how this went last time. 6-1 for the Swear Society squad. It was very, very one-sided. But they have gone forth and nabbed themselves that respawn game mode. If the classic kind of like telling of the tale does play itself out here, Kamaka, then that'll be exactly what it is. 2 search and destroys and a single respawn going the way of Swear Society. That'll decide it. But and yes, Valkyrie has been showing up in a lot of different ways, but that did not happen on the very, very different search and destroys. 6-1 was the scoreline last time. On paper, now that we're literally looking at a one and done, whoever wins this search and destroy does win the series. I seriously think the Swear Society is coming at this at a huge advantage.
It definitely seems like it, Tug. I think they've got Valkyrie a little bit pissed, especially after the body shots and then going on to win it, which is what they didn't do in the first hardpoint. I'm sure the anger's got to be seeping into the pores of Valkyrie esports right now. It's definitely going to be a little bit of a rage-inducing situation, but what they got to do is just keep it calm. They got to make sure that they, just don't overheat and they just play it like they would normally play it. Just come in. It's basically 0-0. It's a best of one at this point, Tug. Whoever wins this wins the entire series, sudden death. This is usually what they're best at, but they just got to keep their cool.
Yes, sir. Search and destroy rounds on the Moscow will be coming through here in just a minute. We're going to let these teams take a minute to themselves, kind of figure out what they want to do, what they want to recreate, what they want to not do again. Go to a very short break. We'll be back with you guys with the action in just a minute.
bullets in my face. I feel a lot of denial. So wild, I gotta go with my own style. Time hits, my back with a knife, screw life. All I have to do is survive. I'm not afraid of what happens, no I don't care. Gotta run away from this nightmare.
And match day resumeth here for the K7 League Season 3. Valkyrie and Swear Society going at it in a map 5 situation. We're going to have Hyped Esports and Living Nightmare coming up next. We need a culmination here first, Kyle.
Yeah, they're eagerly waiting to get this started right after, but first we need the
Are
epic
they?
conclusion. Epic conclusion.
Eager?
Eager. I'm sure that Living Nightmare is eager, but Valkyrie.
I just mean, like, the search and destroy has been very slow. That's kind of what we're seeing so far, right?
I can get that, dude. Scoop. Lets you know, but everyone is converging on him, and he gets instantly wiped out. Diggs, he's sitting patiently and waiting for that bomb to be planted, and you know as soon as someone goes that way, if someone goes that way, he's gonna get him. But they've at least got a man on the inside here, Valkyrie. Turns to... Oh, that's a great kill there on Island from Prodigy. They're starting to condense on them, and they are just instantly vaporizing them. The only ones left are offsite. Vulture coming in, doesn't realize there's a guy in the corner. Carl, gotta come in here and go absolutely huge. Looking for someone on the defuse. No one on the defuse. They're trying to search for him, but he reveals his position prematurely. And the defuse is well and truly coming in. Valkyrie, apparently they have kept their cool, Tug.
Absolutely. Valkyrie coming through, scoring so far, just reporting the news, so far the same search and destroy score they reported for search and destroy. That's big stuff for Valkyrie. Swear Society would have liked to have taken this first, kind of established momentum, kept that best foot forward, but some fantastic corners and more is played from the Valkyrie squad, and that's them the first search and destroy round.
Yeah, and it looks like Prodigy is still literally backhanding people there as he gets the shot punch there to finish things off. Or was that Oblivion? Can't really tell. But anyways, it still sticks with the narrative. Valkyrie now on the attack, coming off of a solid defense. Seems that they're just going for the barrel stuff A strat while they make sure that no one comes up through mid-map. Carl, on the other hand, going to be watching a rotation to B. Swear Society quite in good positions here, but Vito, he's going to see that they're pretty much on the site behind him. I think he's going to wait until the bomb is planted, but bomb doesn't go down because they realize the danger of the situation. Scoop getting fried, and it is full retreat for Valkyrie as they have lost 2 and only taken 1.
Smart moves there from Diggs. Very smart moves from Diggs. Picks up bomb, gets out of dodge, now moving away. Yes, that's not ideal situations. Oblivion, I think, was kind of trying to get with the teammate, but much easier said than done, especially when moving across these big open sidelines. First AR kill goes for Carl. Carl following for his efforts right there. Diggs now 2-0 with rock in his hand. 30 seconds, plenty of time to play with.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows that they're going to be rotating here eventually. So he's just trying to route back to the other objective. Totally sold them a hook, line, and sinker here, Doug.
My.
You'll love to see it. He's going to plant for... Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to go into their spawn here. Yeah, he is. He's planning to get in a position where he can hold it here. Actually, not going as far as I thought, but he is going to still sit here and chill, waiting for them to approach. It is in... The ball is in Swear Society's court as they are pushing up as a team, which is good. But Diggs going to take down one. The other one's got to go for the trade. He's going to get some early shots. And oh, what a clutch there from Valkyrie, snatching
Nice.
life and victory from the jaws of defeat, as you always like to say there. Oh, that's the line
Yes,
I actually
sir.
got from you. Diggs doing exactly that.
Victory from the jaws of defeat. 2v1 situation. Nobody told Diggs. Fantastic stuff. Got that Mutineer's AK-74U out and makes the most out of it. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Second round now for Valkyrie. Stringing together offense into a defense, or defense into an offense, excuse me. Swear Society is still looking to take their first.
I see that he has a 4 streak there. I'm not sure if that was, I'm pretty sure that was an ace actually, my dude. Or was that just carrying over from the round before? Anyways, he is on a 4 kill streak here, Diggs. He's looking pretty dang hot right now. Diggs, so hot right now, as Prodigy in a similar position to where Swear Society was in the last time when they absolutely slaughtered everyone going in for the early bomb plant. He's going to get revealed with a kill on 1, and they all condense onto the site again. Oblivion showing in the far back. He gets taken down as well. So Swear Society doing a little bit better in the initial taking of the bomb site than Valkyrie, but Valkyrie, they've still got plenty left alive to retake.
That's looks like, at least on the top, an attempted rotation start not going to happen. Now 1 left. Swear Society takes this after Diggs left the last alive. Not going to be a scoreless affair one way or another for either of these squads. Swear Society was the last one to down the barrel of that, though. Valkyrie putting together a defense and no offense was looking great coming into this, but this one was just straight up push to kills.
It's a great barrel stuff attempt there from, well, attempt and succeeding in the attempt from Swear Society. They just sent all 4 on into that alpha objective. It's something that you see quite a lot, even in the previous meta with the AK-74Us and the XM4s. Now we're going to be seeing Valkyrie trying to do the same thing. Nothing dedicated to middle. It's just going to be tit for tat, gang banging gunfight here. Everyone going to fight until the last man standing. Vito takes down 1, 2, and that is bombed down in the hands of Vito. And another one goes down. This is just
Jesus.
pure carnage
Jesus.
as Vito finishes it up. Emphatic win from Swear Society there, as they say, hey, what we do, you, sir, cannot. As Vito just putting an exclamation point at the end of that round. Then 3 kills all on his lonesome.
Straight. We were talking about how maybe some of these teams taking a little bit extra time between rounds to get their rogue energy prepared. Maybe it just took a little longer for Swear Society, because this has been an electrifying past 2 rounds. Vito came into this one, I think 3-2. Now on a 5 streak across 2 different rounds. Now 3 different rounds, excuse me. Fantastic stuff. Another positive from Nick Vulture, 3-2. Not far behind is Carl in 2 and 3, and Island at 1 and 2. Scoop not finding 1 cut so far. Diggs doubling up at 4 and 2.
I mean, drinking all that rogue energy would definitely explain all the bathroom breaks, Tug. But anyways, we've got Diggs showing like a villain. Got some help here, but no, Vito is going to get the better of him along with some other of his teammates. They're trying to hit this guy out inside, but they don't even really need to, as they've got sight control. Prodigy going to get caught on the approach. Oblivion going to get 1, and oh, Scoop, he's there to help as well. But Carl coming up for the trade out on Scoop. There's now actually a 1v1. Carl versus Oblivion. Bomb gotta be planted by Carl, and Oblivion knows this. He's coming around the corner, and Oblivion just gonna stay planted to the spot. Perfect composure again from Valkyrie, despite the intensity coming out from their opponents.
Yes, hit for tat, a boxing match we do have here, Kyle. I think those are more just spam shots to try and get, like, kind of fill positions while you just lower. So there's seriously some fast reacting play there from Oblivion as he takes down the last and the round for his squad. Another lead change. Gotta say, Valkyrie up 3-2. This has been a search and destroy round. The first of these, again, 6-1 for Swear Society earlier. But ever since the control, these 2 teams have been trading the lead like it's some hot new stock.
Yeah, those pre-fires from Oblivion weren't totally random. I'm pretty sure at that exact same time, Carl killed Scoop from there, and he was worried about him sliding around the corner, so that's why the pre-fire there.
Yep.
Anyways, Swear Society seem to be pretty holistically set up here. They've got pretty much 2 people per objective, and Valkyrie, they're pretty much setting up for a pick as well here, just doing a little bit of reconnaissance work before they fully commit. Swear Society, this goes to benefit them, in my personal opinion, because without Valkyrie altogether, the potential that they get 4v2'd on any given site is very minimal.
Seeing a Swear Society squad straight spread across from A to B, north to south. Members of Valkyrie really trying to find either a player position or kind of a word in edgewise. This will happen from these windows, but with breaking of glass, numbers 1 and numbers 2, Carl and Vito, will get audio cues there.
Oh, Carl.
Plant coming through. Answering is Vito. Vito stops bomb planter in his tracks. Scoop falls as well. The Swear Society very well on their way to tying this one up.
Yeah, they know they killed the bomb planter because they literally caught him in the act. Oblivion gonna get taken down now as well. It's all on Prodigy with 5 seconds left. Would have been impossible anyway. It is now 3-3. Ladies and gentlemen, this, as if it wasn't already essential to get the luck of the gods on your side, the round 7, it is gonna be necessary to break the deadlock at the halfway point.
Yeah, 3-3. Swear Society tying it up right here. They take another one. That'll be another lead change here, Kyle. Looking at outliers, looking at numbers, looking at players who are popping off. Can't have that conversation without Vito at 8-3, more than doubling up. Oblivion on the other side, 6-4, 1.5 kill death ratio for him. As Scoop finds his first in the previous, or not the previous round, excuse me, because Swear Society didn't drop a member for the game before that.
Yeah, what I'm really looking at here is the fact that Oblivion is the only one really formally positive for his team. Diggs 4-4, but that's just breaking even. Coming full send mid-map here is Swear Society. If I had to make a guess here, they're just checking to make sure that nobody challs them out here. They're trying to get a pick, and if they don't get a pick, they're just going to run right on through like this to be Scoop eagerly awaiting it. They do get a kill on Oblivion, and they're waiting for the full flank here, predicting it perfectly. Here is Island, but he doesn't fully predict it. Full flank now. Entire flank coming out from Diggs. He might be able to catch them now. Vito, he's going to get out of sight line just in the nick of time without even fully realizing it here. Diggs still on the search for a kill. He's about to be coming into the sight line. Carl, who looks back at the perfect time, unable to get the kill. And full rotation to A now. Only one has died so far. It's Oblivion, but it is going to be a plant here for... Oh my god, that is unfortunate. He didn't get the bomb planter there, Tug. But still good situation for Swear Society at the end of the day.
Exactly. Now with that here tied up, so just a little bit less good situation for Swear Society. Island and Nick Vulture still alive. A is where the attention should go. Diggs and Scoop moving in on this. Scoop up front. Scoop looking at half on more for last 2 players on this one. Up to Eskies. Ninja defuse. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. Yep, Scoop is going to give up that one. They don't realize Planter is there, and Valkyrie takes the lead again.
That is a tough one to give away if you're Swear Society. They were in such a good spot. They got the first blood. They got the rotation without their opponents even being remotely close to it. But, yeah, and even this, Nick Vulture turning on Prodigy. But it's still, again, despite the theatrics, Tug, it is not enough. We've been seeing the teams that are just absolutely slaying out or have players that are just absolutely killing it, not being the ones that win. And that is totally out of characterization for pretty much Call of Duty in general. Just not a lot of pretty much everybody negative for Valkyrie, but they are still in the lead when it matters most.
I'm with it. I love that Scoop kind of ignores those numbers for the time being. Like it's literally like, hey, Scoop, literally you're up front. One goes to Ninja defuse. Literally all they need is just a few seconds of distraction, right? Like literally just ignoring the numbers on board right now and realizing the situation that you're actively in at that time and what advantage you can take. I love just kind of like the ignorance of the ego there, man, I gotta say.
Yeah, just ignoring what is probably staring him in the face. I guarantee you he's not even tabbing open the scoreboard right now to see how many kills or deaths he has. That is something that a lot of players do in Search and Destroy just so they don't get down on themselves if they don't have a lot of kills or deaths. Anyways, they do get the first kill, second kill too. That is a great thing for Valkyrie to do as they're trying to take the site. Vito still potentially in here. Yeah, he's going to check and he does totally get it. But Scoop does go for the trade and only gets the tally up. Even greater for Swear Society. Oblivion coming around the corner and he gets found as well. Jesus Christ. That is Swear Society taking a seriously good round that they probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, okay, we're round 9. Are we going to see round 11, Kyle?
We are going to see a round 11 here, Tug. They're basically trading round for round.
Like, this is literally back and forth so freaking much. Nobody's really getting a clear advantage. Even offenses and defenses are being traded. There's not really a clear defensive advantage. That has come through across now 9 rounds. 9th starting right now, Kyle.
Yeah, but you see, Tug, you are neglecting one thing, and that is the round 7 curse. Valkyrie, if they can, they've got it. and this will be a well and true test because a lot of teams that have won round 7 have been like, that was the first round that they ever won in the game, and the round 7 curse has been a little bit less potent in this one,
That's
but
fair.
this will be a true test of it. Even Steven's going into this one, he sees them coming out and he gets the hit marker, so he knows there, Tug. Dig's gonna get a nice trade out for his own life on Vito, who has been the man making the most noise. He's the only one double positive and at double digits. Prodigy gonna get taken down here as well, and he's searching for Oblivion, the final AR as the bomb goes down. They are gonna be a little bit separated from each other here, but they can still have an effect on each other's zones of control. Oblivion trying to find this guy, but only finds his own death as Scoop. He is the last man standing. Only a little bit of time, and that will do it. Swear Society taking the lead again in this match.
Yeah, we've said it both ways all the time. We're at least going to see a round 10 as we're 10th is starting now. If the theme holds true, though, this will go the way of Valkyrie, and we will see the true round 11 coming in, not on this one, but on the next. Not there quite yet, so Kyle. So we'll talk a little bit more about that once we do get there. But this has been an incredibly close round. Just in case you're just joining us, just to run through these again. 250, 207 on the hard point, going the way of Valkyrie. Swear Society striking back 6-1 in the round number 2. Valkyrie edging out the 3-2 victory on the control. And then 250, 237 for Swear Society, a much closer hard point, the closest one so far in every way, shape, and form.
I hate to point this out, man. I hate to point things like this out, but Scoop still only has 1 kill in all 9 rounds, and he has died every single one of them. We really need some action here out of Scoop. He is the guy who is guarding the bomb planter. He's got the 74U in hand. Trying to find a pick here is him and Oblivion. Dig saying, screw it. I'm going in, dude. We got to make something happen here, as pressure definitely starting to get to them. They know that there's a guy generally back there. He's going to get killed, bomb down, but Scoop is gonna get a nice kill to back it up. Bomb is down, and they now have to play to this site definitely.
5 and 1 will meet each other here soon. That's Carl and Prodigy. Carl going to be winning that one. Now turning a disadvantage towards Valkyrie's side. Only Oblivion and Scoop left. Now tying up the numbers right here. Player to the left, and he does realize that now a 2v1 for Valkyrie. Very much closer to our round 11 than we were before. The last alive. Scoop takes it. Valkyrie takes it. And now we're going to round 11. The prophetic round 11.
Yes, dude. Scoop. I called on him to make a move, and there he goes. Taking down, I believe, 3 in that round. Took down 2 on this kill cam. Friend was planting, and he takes down main man Carl, who is the record breaker on control. Be very, very quiet. He's hunting for some kills here, as he is now only at a 0.5 KD here, dude. Is round 11. Yeah, go ahead.
Everybody on Swear Society is positive. Vito's doubling up. 9-7 Carl, 6-5 Island, 6-4 Nick Vulture. Valkyrie simply pushing this to around 11 in this situation is monumental. Only player positive is 8-7 at Oblivion.
As a huge stun check, they're gonna really hurt him, and that grenade will finish it. Rotation coming, but will they catch it in time? Diggs, they've been shot off the plant every single time, so he's gonna be a little bit more cautious here, as you can see. Vito, not catching him, going for the early plant, going onto site, and waiting for the opportune moment. Full rotation from Swear Society. They are at a man disadvantage here, Tug. But, yeah, Nick Vulture, he's keeping all possibilities open. He's making sure that no rotation's going on. No rotation's coming anyway, as Diggs gets the plant off. And the kill!
Falling right there, Diggs just placed another huge advantage for the side of Valkyrie. Round 11, Athletic outside. Island does get the first few shots, but then abandoned. Scoop falling here. Not going to see more progress kills-wise for this player. Moving in, everybody knows where it's at here.
Great stun check from Nick Vulture, but it doesn't matter as Diggs totally fries him as well. Diggs and his element right now, it is all on Island. He is quite literally an island as he's all by himself and dies alone. Valkyrie, how do you like that? Less kills, but still paying the bills from the lint out of their pockets, dude. They are gonna be finding some chump change to win this game. There you go. We have our winner, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. We can't mention it without bringing up the fact that Swear Society decided to aerate a few bodies earlier, add a couple new holes to these corpses earlier. Now, is that the karma gods coming and striking true here in our Call of Duty? Who knows? I don't have a personal recognizance with them, unfortunately. As it is, that's when it's going to sing true in a round 11 situation for the side of Valkyrie as they just come back through. They had the lead at 1 point. They lost the lead at 1 point. They had the lead at 1 point by 2 rounds. They lose the lead by 2 rounds at 1 point. They bring it back to a round 11 after an absolutely, objectively, just one-sided matchup. So Square Society across the 2 previous rounds get absolutely quick kills right there, and a round 11 goes their way. Hard fought all the way through.
I'm just absolutely beaming after that one, Tug. That was one of the best matches we've seen so far. Valkyrie, they've gone the distance with pretty much every single team they've played against so far. It's been tough going for any team going up against them, and they have finally gotten their second win of the season. They beat Valiant before the roster change, and now they're taking down Square Society, who would be surpassing them on the league table if it had gone the other way. Is a huge win for Valkyrie, as I do believe they are going to be in 4th place now, which
Yes,
is
sir.
qualifying positions.
Exactly. That really is where the conversation has to be turned to at this point. Valkyrie with this victory here, now going 2-2 on the win-loss records here, pushing 3 map wins up, pushes them to 8-9. So still dead even at the 2-2, but just outside that positive 500 for the map wins to map losses. All of these have been very, very hard fought. As it is for Square Society, the team technically coming through on the map wins to losses, kind of like not at the advantage, lesser map wins than map losses against Valkyrie, excuse me. They're not going to be 1-3. Taking 2 map wins puts them at 6, but 3 map losses puts them at 11. So 6-11 map win-loss record for them. I think I said that right?
Yeah, they are now 2
Okay.
map wins behind Valkyrie, as well as 1 whole series behind them. It's a tough loss for Square Society. They can still maybe make a playoffs run out of this, but that loss to Valkyrie, oh my god, that is so freaking tough, dude. That is probably a more necessary win that Valkyrie could have gotten than winning up against Natural Talent, because not only do they guarantee their spot, they also potentially deny the spot for Square Society, a team that went pretty much the entire distance with them. That is just an incredible win from Valkyrie.
It really is. Really is. Could not have come in a more flashy form either. What we got up next, though, folks? Hyped Esports taking on Living Nightmare for our 10 p.m. match. Just starting a little bit later here. We're going to be back with this in just a little bit. FBI Tubbo here with Kyle. We're not switching up the caster talent here on air for tonight. We'll be back with you guys in just a couple minutes. Don't tune away. That is Living Nightmare and Hyped Esports going out in a few.
Be too selfish within my method. Tunnel vision so irreverent. Why would anybody pay my fees? Their redemption.